say, Lord, help me and guide me and get them people out of my life, even if I don't want them out. And I know, like you, I've had people that have, God has moved out of my life that I really didn't want him to.
Yeah, I have too.
But he moved them out of my life, and they're no longer there because they weren't a help to me, and they were hurting me.
Yeah.
And they were leading me out of the way he had for me to go.
Yeah. Yeah, they can change your course if you listen to them, and if you fool with them. What it is, you'll spend your time fooling with them. You're wasting your time. It's, a lot of people says, well, you can't waste your time on people like that. Yes, you can. You can waste your time on them. I mean, I don't give up on them ever getting saved or, coming to Christ or something like that. I don't give up on them in that sense, but I give up with them, with them interfering in my life is what I do. I give up on them that way and let them go, because you can't take them with you. They're a setback to you, and they destroy your, some people can just talk to you. And it brings you down. And some people can talk to you and brings you up. Me and you, we always laugh and talk every time we see each other. Yeah. And that's the difference. But I've seen some people come to me and they start a conversation. It's always down. It's doom and gloom and all that stuff.
Yeah. I find that too. I think, and I've had people try to argue with me a little bit on that in respect to what we're talking about, but I refer them back to Jesus in the young rich ruler.
Yep.
Jesus told him what he had to do, and told him, never laid it out. Here's the plan, baby.
Yep.
This is what you need to do. And he dropped his head and walked off. The young rich ruler did. Jesus never mentioned him. He never told the disciples, please go back and try to talk him into it.
No.
Try to do this and try to do that. He never said nothing else about it. And I think that, Charlie, in our life, there's some, them are God's people.
Yeah, they
okay?
are.
Now I know, and we can all pick a scripture where we think we should die for the gospel.
Yeah.
But I don't believe he wants me to hang on the cross for the gospel.
No,
Jesus
he's
hung
done
there.
that.
So I mean, when I look at life and I look at people, if people want to hear when I'm talking about the Lord, I don't mind talking to them. I love to.
Yeah,
but if you look at me and say, I don't believe in that, and okay, baby,
I just
have
let you
at
believe.
it. I mean, and then when I walk off, I'll whisper to somebody, hell will be ready for that one.
Yeah.
Because that's the life you're choosing. And for example, too, let's talk about this. Recently, I was a fellow that I know got sick and really didn't have anybody with him. Nobody was there for him. Okay? Just really virtually nobody. And some of his family was standing there with me. And I seen him in the emergency room, and I seen him there with his mask on. He wasn't conscious, wasn't dead, but he wasn't conscious and things. And I said, he's not a nice person. I told his family. And they said, well, he really don't have anybody. I said, because the life he's lived, he has no one.